Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Anno 1800. Coming at you with more of our Import Island series. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I want to start by apologizing for the delay in the release of this episode. It has been a very, very busy week for me, and I have been unfortunately unable to get another episode recorded for this series in a few days now. One of the very big reasons for that is the really, really big announcement by the people behind Anno 1800 who have announced that there will be a second season of Anno 1800 DLC. That's right, 3 brand new, all new DLCs will be coming at you over the course of the next few months of 2020, including a brand new DLC that will be out in less than 2 weeks. So excited. I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am about it. It's going to be fantastic. The release of that DLC will probably have a repercussion, not necessarily for this series, but it's going to probably have repercussions for our Sunken Treasures DLC, because much of what's going to be included in that first DLC that comes out in a couple weeks is going to kind of overlap with some of the stuff that we're doing on the Sunken Treasures DLC, so they might kind of meld together. In addition to that, with the announcement, I have planned to reintroduce Anno 1800 to my stream on Twitch, live Monday through Friday. I'm probably going to spend a couple weeks or more, maybe a whole bunch more, streaming from this very save, working on implementing all the things that are part of our of what's coming in the Seat of Power DLC, because it's going to actually, I think, really go well with our Cape Trelawney Island there. I think we're going to be able to make some really cool things happen and implement some ideas. So we'll have to figure out some sort of a way to meld together the storyline of Sunken Treasures with the improved content coming with the Seat of Power DLC. So I'm not exactly sure that's going to work together, but we'll figure it out one way or another. So there you go. Also, I wanted to mention, I've put together, for some reason, if you haven't seen it already, a really good summary of everything we know about the DLC coming in the next few months. That came from the announcement. They had a 1 hour live stream of their own, and I took the information from that and kind of summarized it all up as quickly as I could and put it in the backdrop of the release trailer that was on YouTube. And so I've uploaded that to YouTube, and it's doing really well, getting lots of great feedback, and I hope that you guys, if you haven't done so already, will check it out and get hyped for the new content. All right, now let's jump right in and see where we're at. As you can see, I've made some pretty serious progress with our entry area, if you will, to the island for the lovely tourists, many of whom that they are. So many people coming to the island. And yeah, it's going pretty well. I think it looks pretty nice. What actually happened was I actually recorded this episode already once before, and the file was corrupt. So much of what you see done here, as well as the starting of the first exhibition of our World's Fair, actually, unfortunately, was lost. So that was a little bit, and also we did a little bit of work over here to kind of piece together the last parts of how this particular botanical gardens will look. Not finalized. There's a little bit of detailing for sure to do. Maybe we'll get to that today to kind of finish it off. But we kind of laid out the last overall structure of this one. Or I did anyway. You guys had nothing to do with it because we didn't even get a chance to introduce you guys to it because the file was corrupt and I couldn't upload it. So that's another reason why we were a little bit behind on the series this week. But we're back at it, and I'm going to try to bring you at least 2 more episodes this week and get back on schedule, but we'll see what happens, see what time we have. Now, that's enough jibber jabber. Let's get to it. First thing I wanted to do was come in here and click on this bad boy, because first thing I actually need to do is get out of there so we can actually see what we're doing. As you can see, this is actually done. Ready for finalization. So we're going to click on this bad boy and finish phase. I've never done this before, so we're going to see what happens. This is the first time I've ever done this. And, alright, well, there you go. That is pretty freaking awesome. That is looking oh my god, that looks cool. Look at that. Holy niftin'. That looks really, really cool. It looks even better when I turn off the highlight. Oh my god, that looks cool. Alright, so that's one phase anyway. You know, I'm kind of curious. I wonder if I have this wrong. I thought it was explained to me that there was like, maybe there's 5 phases, but there's not 5 different pieces. I was leaving a whole bunch of space thinking that there was more pieces to the World's Fair that you add on. But I could be wrong there. I've never actually done this before. I'm curious. Maybe if somebody wants to leave a comment, or maybe a bunch of people leave a comment down below. I don't know how the World's Fair works. I thought that there was going to be a bunch of other pieces. Maybe I have to complete this one to move on to the others. Maybe this is just, there's 5 phases of this thing. Once it's built, and it's over with, and it's done. If that's the case, then I've clearly left a lot more room than I needed to. So I'm not sure what I'll do. I'll have to make some adjustments. Maybe we'll have to figure that out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and see what we need to do for this next phase. We need more concrete, more steel, and more bricks. We have all of them. And we need, of course, time and workforce, which we have plenty of. So if we go ahead and start this phase up, we should be good to go. And it's going to take, I think it takes 30 minutes, so we're not going to be able to actually get it done during this episode. But I guess each episode will have another phase done. Or maybe I'll move it along in between episodes so that we don't have to wait like 4 more episodes to have it done or whatever. But they should be able to. I did put a warehouse down here close by, so that they could go and grab the resources that they needed. When I was first doing this one, I didn't think about the fact that they needed to go pick up the resources. I just kind of thought that they all automatically just got put there. And so I realized after a while that it was constantly being paused because they had to literally come all the way down through these roads, all the way down through the city, and all the way down to here to get to the closest warehouse before they could get back. And that didn't go over too well. It was taking quite a while. And then I figured it out, and I threw a warehouse down here, so it's doing much better now. All right, so next phase is complete there. Now, what I wanted to do is take a quick look at this one and maybe see if we don't want to implement some pieces in here. Now, you can see we have, so basically it's going to be 1, 2 of the 6-piece variety. And then there's going to be a 3-piece here, a 3-piece here, and another 3-piece down here. And, you know, I just have little parks and stuff in between. They're going to have a little park out here, I think. Although what I may do, I'm not sure. I may actually expand the size of this a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just leave that as a nice little park to put at the end. Little parks and little areas in the middle. I kind of like the way it looks overall. So I'm not going to complain too much about it. But yeah, so there's going to be 1, 2, 3 of the section 3, including this one that's actually already complete. This is the, does it say it in here? It's the Andean one, and we have this one actually complete, 100%, which is pretty cool. And down here we have this one that's actually 4 out of 6. We're going to want to get some more. So if we take a look at these... actually, you have to go into here, I guess, to look at it, don't you? Plants. So we have, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other things here. We actually have the Saragossa. Oh, there's been an explosion. Should we go check that out? You're not kidding, there's been an explosion. Have we mobilized yet? We haven't mobilized. Mobilize the crew. Look at the damage. Holy niftin'. Alright, well that looks like it's going to get taken care of. We got the fire station in position and en route, so we'll see what happens there. Alright, or we won't, because we're going to leave. Let the firemen take care of their business. So, I was just noticing we do actually have the, where was I? In here. We do actually have the Saragossa Sea actually 100% complete for doing. And then there's the Sacred one that's 5 out of 6. Now, on this particular location, it looks like we'll have 2 of the 6, like the full 6 varieties collections. And then we'll have 3 of the smaller ones. So what will happen is that we got this one already, and we've got a couple more here out of these that we can choose. And then one of those, we'll do the last one, whatever one it is, on the other location for Botanical Gardens, and then we'll have to find room for 3 of these 6 varieties like this. And then I'm not really sure here. This is not available. I'm not really sure what these are. If this is part of stuff that you have to find during expeditions or what's going on there. If it's part of other DLCs or whatever that I haven't gotten around to. But yeah, for now we'll just worry about this. And so what we can do is, I'm actually thinking about grabbing the Saragossa Sea stuff and tossing it right in here and getting this bad boy complete right in here. So let's go in. We're just going to poke through here. We've got the Near East, Sacred. There's Saragossa Sea there. And that looks fantastic. Now, I don't know how a lot of these are going to look, but that right there, to me, smells an awful lot like something. Oh, how am I going to do this? I need it to connect. Oh, I don't have any place to actually connect it to move it around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete one of these. That way I can kind of mix and match and move them around. Like that. That looks really cool. I kind of like the idea of if it's the only one that's got water like that, I kind of like the idea of having it be up front. But we'll see. I guess this thing's called, the collection is called Saragossa Sea, right? So perhaps there'll be a number of them that look like this, actually. So let's keep looking through here and finding our one. This is another one. Okay, so there looks like a lot of them might actually be like water, which makes sense, I suppose. And it'd be kind of cool to have them all together like this. That's Sacred. That doesn't even. Oh wait, is that? This doesn't even appear to have a group that it goes with. Nor does that one. What the heck? A bunch of them don't have it, I guess. Subalpine, Saragossa, there's another Saragossa Sea there. And then actually this one doesn't have, so let me... Hopefully we'll get at least one more with water. Oops. Continuing on here. Is this the one I just did? Did I have 2 of those? No, it's different. Okay, and this one's also very nice. We'll just take a look. Actually, let me just add this one here first. Where are we? There's Saragossa Sea as well. That's actually... Okay, so here we go. We're going to have to figure out what we've got going on here. So, let me just grab something like this. And find that last Saragossa Sea. Sacred. Medicinal. There's the last one there. Okay, so isn't that inconvenient? There's 2 of each. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I am going to say we'll put... which one is this one called? The Sea Lavender? I'm going to delete the Sea Lavender for a second. And I am going to move this guy. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to put this guy here. I'm going to put these down the middle with the waters to the side. Like that. Because this one actually does have some water in it. So I'll have this one central in the front, and then those 2 flanking it. And then this other garden one at the back. And then we'll do the last one of these over here. Which is this sea lavender here, right? Yeah. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this guy and just spin him around. Like that. I kind of like the idea of those. When I have a couple of these, I like having them be like opposite fixation to one another. Or orientation to one another, I guess. And so that and I like the idea of having the it's too bad they didn't have two different versions so that you could kind of flip them 90 degrees and have kind of like this, but the mirror image of it over here. That would be kind of be cool. But no such luck. But as it is, I like the way this looks. Although, yeah, I just realized it looks really nice, but it kind of looks silly to have the entrance back here in this corner. Yeah, I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot more sense to have the entrance there. And it also makes a lot more sense to have the entrance to this one like this. So unfortunately it means this one fountain here is kind of stuck on the corner and this is off to the side, but it would make a lot more sense, obviously, to have the entrances kind of in the plaza area versus stuck in the back corner where you can't really get to it. But it looks great. I like the way that looks. This one here back in this area, we're still missing two of them, I believe. I don't think I've been actually trying to... Oops. I've been actually trying to grab... yeah, it's this one here. We're missing the other two still. Whenever I get a chance when I'm playing and not recording, I try to take as much chances as I can at looking to grab some items and that I can fill out. Do I have the domestic dog? You know what? I'm gonna grab it anyway. I think I might, but hey, can never have too many doggies. Eastern water buffalo. I'm not even sure about that one either. I'm not gonna take the time to look. I'm just gonna grab it. But yeah, I jump over here whenever I get the chance to try and see if I can't find some new plants and new things. And another thing I really actually need to do that I haven't been spending enough time on lately. We just start waiting for approval. Well, let's do that. Yeah, I've did some of these missions here. I was going on them for a while, and then I kind of like, look at this level 3 Botanical Expedition. I really need to start that. You know what I'm going to do? Next episode, I'm going to get a boat ready to send out on that Botanical Expedition, and maybe we'll go find some cool stuff. And we even have some archaeological expeditions that we can go on to help find some stuff as well. So maybe I should get back into doing those on a regular basis. What do you think? I think that sounds like a good idea. All right, enough of that. So that starts to piece this together pretty good. We could also actually take a look in the back here. Got this one kind of set up. We have, oh, I'm looking in the wrong spot again. So we have some options up here. None of them are complete other than this one, but we can put a couple more. We have medicinal, marshland, and subalpine. I kind of like the subalpine. I wouldn't mind the idea of maybe leaving... I guess it doesn't really matter. What do we have? Sacred. Maybe we'll leave the medicinal for the other one and put the marshland and the subalpine in here. So let's start with the subalpine. And we'll grab them. So subalpine. Interesting. I'm not sure, but the ones that don't have a part of a set thingy, I'm wondering, like, those might be just ones that I could just put randomly in some spots. You know, potentially even like I could just throw one down here as part of a garden, or even I could have just put one in there, I suppose, too. That'd be something to look into as a possibility. Maybe. We're looking for subalpine, I think, right? So there's one. And yeah, there's a lot of them that don't have that group. Actually, I never really looked that closely and noticed, but there's actually quite a few of them. Subalpine, where are you guys? Enchanted, sacred. Should be one more, right? What is it? The heck? Subalpine. It's the purple saxifrage. saxifrage. Is that what? Yeah, the purple saxifrage. And it is... Where is it? There it is. Alright, and then, unfortunately, that's like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll delete that and move that guy back there. And hopefully, if we're lucky, we can get another one that's not like a building. I mean, the buildings are nice, but I don't want to have too many of them. I like the idea of having a lot more of the outdoor stuff. Like in here, right? Like, these look alright, but I kind of like would prefer the idea of having more of the really nice outdoorsy stuff and not be like mostly the other stuff, you know. But anyway, it's starting to look really, really good. In fact, we can actually, if we wanted to, grab a couple more while we're here, right? Let's see. I need to click on this bad boy, and we're gonna look for the marshlands, I guess. So the common reed and the marshmallow. The common reed and the marshmallow. The marshmallow is rare. And it's right... Doesn't look like a marshmallow, that was for sure. There it is right there. And then we're looking for the very common reed. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to delete again. And I'm going to move. What I actually have to do is swap these guys. Because hopefully, like I said again, that this, the other one, this actually looks really nice. And it lines up perfectly with the entrance in here. And it's, you know, you're seeing something attractive as you walk into the exhibit versus just running into a building. And then down in the corner you can see a building. And then hopefully, if we're lucky, there'll be another nice open exhibit to put down here. Like that. So this thing is starting to come together. And what we could also do is I want to take a look over here at what we could do. We need to put together not one, not two, but three triple, or well, six exhibits, sections. And what I wanted to do is just give ourselves an outline. I think this will come up here like that nicely to start with. And I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put this across here. What I would probably say I'll end up doing is maybe putting a little bit of a park back in this area. I'm just trying to think about size-wise for layout, how much room we have, because we're gonna have to. It's gonna take a fair amount of room to be able to fit 3 full 6 exhibit sections. So, and then back in here, there's a fair amount of space. Just want to see what it looks like kind of overall laid out. Something like that. So, I mean, we definitely have room for one of them up here, one of them in here, one of them in here, and we only have to have one of the SIP triple. So we could have kind of a big open area in the center potentially. So we want to have a really nice entrance. So that's going to mean let's see, what do we want? The marigolds have an okay looking color, I suppose. I'm not a big fan of that layout. Let's keep, I like the nice fancy ones, I think. Yeah, the marigolds are actually pretty nice color to come into. I'll take those. And then potentially just leave this area kind of open for now. Well, and it'll just be kind of maybe some more garden-y type stuff. And then I like the idea of maybe We got a double pathway back in here. And then, although, the one thing that sucks about double pathway is that when you go to put in, like the entrance sections, you kind of get stuck with, you guys should put 2. How's that look? Not bad. Let's see what that looks like as we move forward. And then we'll grab some more of this here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just get rid of some of this foliage for a moment. Now, what I have to do now is I want to take a look at, for plant plots, we have one. So we actually might be a little bit too far. 1, 2. There's not a lot of space. I think we need to actually probably cut this back a little bit more so we're not quite so cramped. I thought we were gonna, and then if I go like that, and then if I were to go like this, something like that, and then what we can do at that point is we can grab the oh, that's the wrong thing. I need to be in here. Empty plot. So if we put one, not necessarily one on the entrance. We have like a garden on the entrance. That's 4 wide. 4 wide, a space. So we could potentially have something like this. And like that. Bear with me. I'm not sure if we're going to have the space or not, but if we do, it could look really cool and have a lot of nice open gardeny type area, and this could actually look fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back here like this. Put another line through like that. And I go like this, like that, and then like that. This looks fantastic. Something like that. Now, what I think I might actually do is it would go like this and not like this, for one thing. And then basically, oops, like that. And then these would run up there like that. Something like this. Oh, not like that. And then this would come like, oops. That would have some corners. Looks like it actually spaces perfectly. Almost like it was on purpose. Looks really good. And then what we could do is we could put some of these little gardens scattered around. Maybe not on every single one, but certainly a number of them. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And then yeah, so you have something like this coming along here like this. And then perhaps there'd be a entrance here into the next exhibit, and then who knows, maybe something in here. There'd be an entry down here because there's going to be you want to have flow, right? So you'd have another, like, obviously we're not going to be able to make all of them this big, but we'll have this one here, another one here, another one here, and then maybe the 3 in the middle, and then try to have some transitional areas as well. So that'd start to look really good. A lot of space, and then like I said, you can just start to plop down what you have in there. So you start looking at your plants. For instance, we put the sacreds, so right? So we could just come in here and you start grabbing your sacred. Look at that really nice one there. In fact, you know what? I'm actually going to put that one. That one's the best one. Although appearance-wise, you don't know, right? So it could end up being different, but that's epic. And oh my god, is it nice. Holy cow. That is phenomenal. Look at that. That is truly phenomenal. And we have a little bit of space on the back of these that I could choose to put a little bit of green space in there, maybe. I don't know. We can decide. We could decide on that. But it looks really good. And then, of course, yeah, we'll just continue to put the sacreds into here and fill those out. And I think this is going to look really nice up in here. Really, really nice. I'm glad we made the decision to abandon the museum up here and double up on Botanical Gardens so that this island can have all the things. And soon we got to get the zoo started. Maybe next episode the zoo will be going, and perhaps next episode the World's Fair will be moving along nicely. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it right there. That's the end of another episode of Import Island. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys know how much I appreciate it. And until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.